And we're in the ramble. All right. Again, as we said before, big old spoiler warning for My Hero Academia Heroes Rising, the film. We're going to talk about it now in a 1, 2, 3 spoilers. Them motherfuckers, when they both got the power, that was real cool.
Yeah, it was.
So
they straight up did go Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan Blue.
They literally... Okay, so here's the big spoiler that we weren't talking about there. The big fight with this guy, both of them, strong as they are, even at 100% one for all, Deku is not putting a dent into this guy, this fucking villain 9, who is just whipping their little asses. And so, as they are being crushed by the No Eyes Blue Dragon, Deku says, I got a crazy idea. They're both bleeding. Deku reaches out. Fucking Bakugo reaches out. They basically do blood brothers. They become blood brothers and mingle their wounds. And boom, Deku transfers one for all to Bakugo. And for a little bit, they both got it. And you get to see all for one Bakugo, which is fucking badass.
Yeah.
And all for one Deku, both of them just completely powered up.
And also terrifying if that were forever reality, all for one Bakugo.
That, we'll get to that. But yeah, I mean, and like Deku, he can't handle this shit. He goes for big punches and breaks his motherfucking arms. Both them bitches. But yeah, they absolutely unload on this motherfucker. They terraform this goddamned island. They're blowing up this fucking mountain they're on, attacking this dude. It is bad fucking ass.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool fight scene.
It's a really cool fight scene. I mean, some of the moves they do in here just really got... There was one bit before that even happened where, like, Bakugo is, like, flying through the air. Deku gets shot through the air toward him. Bakugo grabs him with one arm, hits the fucking booster with his other arm, shooting the fucking explosions to make himself spin, and flings Deku back at the bad guy. That fucking got me. That was badass. But they basically both, for a little bit, are pulling the All Might.
Yeah.
And then, again, if it's a spoiler to say the bad guy loses, I'm sorry. But the bad guy loses. And then they're both laying there. All Might shows up. They're finally the heroes showed up and are evacuating everybody. And he's like, I'm sorry, All Might. I had to do it. Blah blah. I couldn't see any other way. And he tells him that he transferred the power to Bakugo. And then it turns out either because Bakugo passed out during the thing, or because All for One and the previous incarnations, One for All and the previous incarnations of One for All didn't want to go to Bakugo yet.
Yeah.
It turns out it didn't transfer completely.
Maybe now thinking about what I said earlier, maybe it makes sense. Maybe they're like, no, Bakugo can't have this power because he will kill somebody.
Still a giant cop-out.
Sure.
But
actually,
you can't do that shit. You can't do that yet.
I wish.
Still the main
I
character.
don't think it would have been so much a cop-out if they would have went that route and said that.
It's definitely implied.
They didn't just imply it. Like
it's definitely implied. Yes.
Yeah.
But here, they couldn't do that. You can't do that in the movie. Now, if that's how season 5 ended, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm in. You know?
Yeah.
But that's not what happened. It's a big old cop-out.
Bakugo is still, in my opinion, kind of he's a prick. That's his character.
Yeah.
But there are like moments where he's like, I bit the bullet and I fought with Deku. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah. And then also the fact that, like, even bigger cop-out, afterwards, he doesn't remember any of that happening.
Whether
he's like, what the fuck happened to my arm?
Whether you want to recognize or not that he's stronger than you or as strong as you, you know he's the only other person that even compares.
Anywhere close.
And I bit the bullet and I worked together with him.
And I still didn't win. And then they do the fucking fusion dance. I literally made the joke. They're going to do the fusion dance? Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda did.
No, one of them went Super Saiyan, one of them went Super Saiyan Blue.
You're not wrong. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Blueku.
Point is, it was badass. And I think spoilers over. You know what I did love was at the very end when they're all getting healed up is fucking recovery girl just giving Bakugo a big old smooch.
Yeah.
Because that's how she's literally like, And then her like lips are extending as far as she is tall to his cheek, and that's how he's healing her. And of course the little girl clearly has a big old crush on Bakugo, and she's like, oh, she's like all freaked out that she's kissing him. It was very cute. I like this movie.
Yeah, I liked it. It was cute, man. It was fun. It was
a good
action
flick.
back.
It was a good flick.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It was fun.
Could have used more Mineta.
Fuck off.
Could have used grape juice in that. You know, because he's that little white nerd, so you know he's packing that big ass schlong.
Jesus
You know, it's
Christ.
wrapped around the whole UFO space diaper he's got
How
on.
dare you? What in the
He looks what he can't touch.
Roger, Jesus. No. You say he's pulling a mini-me, he's got a kickstand?
Dude, yeah.
Fuck off. That's so stupid. That's so dumb. I can't believe we're friends. Anyway.
Oh, man, I came up with it, and I said it for the sole purpose to annoy you.
Yeah, all right. I mean, it worked. It worked, you filthy fucker. Anyway. We got anything else to say about the MHA flick?
Nah, man.
I still think, I mean, so that spoiler in mind that we just talked about, this one should have been two heroes.
The big honking massive ending spoiler.
Yeah, the big massive honking ending spoiler. This one definitely should have been called Two Heroes. They literally fucking split it and both go in on this dude. That's two heroes. I get it.
Yeah.
But come on.
It definitely makes way more sense.
Anyway, that's my big nitpick with this one. That's why it only got 1 point of Je ne sais quoi. Because it wasn't called Two Heroes. Anyway. Fine flick. I think we're done talking about it. It was a good time.
Yep.
Let's talk about that. Let me tell this story. So I own that Blu-ray. I brought the Blu-ray over to Roger's. I stopped and got us some Taco Bell on the way. Roger, he don't eat meat, so Taco Bell's kind of an easy one. Bean burritos, baby. Nothing beats it. And we sat down and watched this flick. Now, why does Brandon own that Blu-ray? Let me tell you why. Because Brandon works at a major retail store in America. That's where he works. He works at a place that rhymes with Schmarget. And
you work at Walmart?
I work at Walmart. No, I work at a place that rhymes with Schmarget and has a dog in its commercials sometimes with a big ring around its eye. I mean, duh, it's Target, duh. Anyway, one day I get to work. It was a few months ago. I think it was in November or October. I think I actually looked through my sale, my stuff I bought on this app to make sure I got it right. It's sometime in October, I think. And I get to work. I'm there for maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, not a lot going on. It's the morning. And his kid comes in. This kid's 15, 16 maybe. Old enough to know better. And he's pitching a fit. He's like, hey, I want to buy this movie. It's like, what movie? Is the My Hero Academia Heroes Rising? He's like, oh, that was over here. I don't see any on the shelf. He's like, well, I know y'all have it. We were here, blah, blah, blah. It sounds like he was there earlier. He knows we have it. We can't find the flick. We're looking in the back. It's not here, man. I'm sorry. And he's getting more and more angry. He's on the phone with his mom. He's doing this thing where he's like, man, forget, let's just buy it online. It's getting ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. And it's like talking to his mom, like, this is freaking stupid people. It's like literally like insulting us while we're there trying to help, and we're just simultaneously everyone in the department is like, okay, bye, and just walked away because this dude was being a little douche. And he lives in this town. I hope he's listening. You were being a little douche, dude. Anyway, point is, he leaves. And then later, I'm up at the service desk where returns and exchanges happen, and I happen to be talking to one of the managers, and I was like, oh, do you know about a movie? This kid was in here. It sounded like he was in here earlier with his mom. And he's like, yeah, that crazy lady. And I'm like, whoa, tell me this story. Turns out they were there earlier. They had ordered a bunch of stuff online. And when you order stuff online for pickup, you have to wait until you get your email that says it's ready to pick up in order to buy it. That's how it works. If you come in earlier, the stuff is still being pulled off the floor. It has not been processed yet. We can't just give it to you, even if you already paid. You got an email that says, hey, your stuff will be ready. Come get it when we say it's ready. You came too early. You can either cancel the order and buy it, or you can wait. Well, this lady and her douchey kid did not want to wait. They wanted to just take the stuff because they already paid for it. Well, that's not how it works. I'm sorry. And they ended up apparently having a big old argument with the manager and storming off in a huff and being like, forget it, we're going somewhere else. So they went somewhere else to try and buy it, and they didn't have it. So the kid ended up back there later that day, hence the beginning of the story where I had an encounter with this douchey kid. So she says, yeah, the movie's over here at the service desk. I walk over to the service desk. Oh, there it is. This is the last copy in the store? Yep. I'll take it. Because I am nothing. I am nothing if not a petty bitch. So I was going to make damn sure that douchey kid did not get his film. I'm a bad person and I know it. And I embrace it. All right?
That kid didn't sound like a good buddy, man.
He did not sound like a good buddy. He was not a good buddy in any sense of the word. Point is, that's why I own this movie now. Purely out of spite. Thank you. And I do not expect to be hailed as a hero. I know I'm the villain. I ask that you only admire my candor and that I am admitting it.
Yeah.
But yes, that is why I own this film. And you know what? Probably would have bought it anyway. It's really good.
Yeah.
Got some special features.
I
on
do
there.
things like that from time to time. I try not to be so petty,
Just
but
purely out of spite. Yeah.
But yeah, like I have a pop hiding around here somewhere. Up there, the 8-bit alien pop.
Oh yeah.
So this was not very long ago, but
Here we go.
somebody traded in these pops,
Uh-huh.
and I don't buy pops. I barely even like the damn things. I have a couple, but most of them were gifts or something like that.
Yeah, man.
But I did look at this alien pop. I love the alien movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, this 8-bit alien is really freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have a customer that comes in that gets on my freaking nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing his normal shit right and blatantly in front of us, picking up each individual pop.
Making sure the box is good.
Not just doing that. He's going on eBay and scanning it.
Oh, okay. Seeing how much it's worth.
Yeah, to see if he can.
It's not
sell
about
this.
do I like it. It's about how much is it worth.
Yeah, can I sell this for more than what I?
Can I turn a profit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I walked around the corner. I picked that shit up. I hit it and I bought it at the end of the day.
You son of a bitch!
I was like, and I don't even know. I wasn't gonna take the chance if it was worth more. I think it's worth about what we had, $15 on it.
Roger, we're so big.
Yeah. I picked that shit up. I hid it under a stuffed animal and I bought it at the end of the day.
Dog. That's just so. Honestly, like.
Now fuck you booping the pops, dude. You should be getting this pop because you like this pop. You ain't getting my pop.
Ain't
That's
getting
my
pop
pop
now. My pop now, motherfucker. Yeah, listen, we're both very petty. At least we know it.
Yeah.
We had a similar thing. We had a slightly similar thing at work. One of the AP guys actually has a dude like on the list of you're not allowed in here. Like he kept coming back. He is now officially like trespassing if he comes to Target because they kept telling him, hey, stop doing that. And he kept coming and doing it. He would come in with one of those little scales and weigh the packs of cars to see which ones had foils and shit. It's like, dude, no. It kept happening. Like, literally, he's not allowed in the store now.
Yeah.
What a douche. I had a thing. Now we're just sharing petty work stories. We had a thing one time. This is probably the pettiest I've ever been. But the fucker deserved it. I used to work at a pawn shop. Here's what you need to know about me for this story to make a sense. One, work at a pawn shop. When you work at the pawn shop, if someone is selling you something, if they're selling it to the pawn shop,
it's the pawn shop's to keep.
You want to give, if it's going to be ours to keep and ours to sell, we want to make as much profit as possible. So you are going to be offered the lowest amount of money possible because we want to buy it real low and sell it high. If you are going to loan something with the assumption that you will come back and make payments and get it back, you will get a little more money because there's more interest if there's more money given. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Secondly, I, Brandon, your good buddy Brandon who is talking, am a mixed race individual. I am a lot of stuff. Primarily, my mother is mostly black and my daddy is a big old white man. So I'm very brown when you look at me. I have been told I look like I'm anything from Mexican to Iranian to any number of other things. Actually, there is a decent amount.
I think you look nice.
There's a decent amount of Filipino on my mother's side as well, so I get that too. Point is, a lot of folks don't know what they're dealing with when they look at me, and one of my favorite things is people be like, "What are you?" And I'll be like, "American." Like, deal with it, dick. I'm brown.
I was born and raised in the USA.
Deal with it, America. Kiss my brown ass. Anyway, here's what happened. Here's my incredibly petty story at the pawn shop. A gentleman comes in, and he's kind of like this kind of not crazy scrawny, but he's kind of a wiry looking white dude. He's wearing a big shirt and whatnot. He's got like a hat on, and he's got this gold bracelet with diamonds in it. And he says, man, I want to get rid of this. I just want to sell it. I want it out of here. And I'm like, oh, this guy, he might be going through some stuff. I'll try to help him out, you know. I'll give him a little more than I probably should. Yeah. Just to help him out. Because, I mean, it's a nice piece. Check it. Make sure the gold's real. It is. Check the diamonds. Make sure they're real. They are. And what we do is, based on the weight of the thing, the amount of diamonds, what carat the gold is, etc., you punch all that into the computer, and it tells you, we're going to sell that for this much. If it's a loan, you want to give him somewhere in this range. And if he's selling, you want to give him somewhere in this lower range. And I'm thinking, I'll try to help this guy. The problem is, if he had just walked in and said, I want to sell this, man, he would have been good. But he didn't. He decided to tell his life story. And what he tells me is, man, I want to get rid of this. My fucking girlfriend, man, I got this for her. And, man, I caught her cheating on me. You wouldn't believe. I was like, man, that sucks, man. That really sucks for you. I'm like, I'll try to help this guy. And then he says, you know what the worst part is? You know what the worst part is about it? And I was like, no, man, what's the worst part? He looks at me. He stops, kind of cocks his head. He's like, you ain't black, are you? And I say, no, I'm not. Because I want to know what this fucker is about to say. And he's like, the worst part is I caught her with a fucking nick. And I went, oh. I can give you about 200 for that. Low it. Less than the low end. It was like, you want a low end, you want about 250. You want to give him about 250 is the lowest we'll go. I was like, I can give you 200 for that. And he's like, yeah, man, sounds good. Fuck it. Cool. And then here's your money. Have a good one. The other thing you got to know about the pawn shop is you don't want to tell them any more information than what is necessary. Here's how much money you're getting. We are going to take that. Have a good one. That is the most he's supposed to get. What you really don't do is tell him like how much we would sell it for. Because then that guy might have some feelings about that. He might be upset he got so much less.
Yeah.
But he asked me.
And you told him?
He said, I'm just curious, how much you going to sell that for? About $3,000. Have a good one. I am a petty bitch.
Oh, my God.
I am a petty...
Did he say anything after that?
Nah, he kind of looked at me funny. He was like, all right, and he left with his $200. Have a good one, man. I'm a petty bitch. Not for nothing. He might have stole a thing. I don't know. I got no way to prove that. The cops show up. We talk to him. That's how it works at the pawn shop. But yeah, that is the most petty I've ever been on a job. Why do you have to say that? He could have just kept it to himself. He would have got more money.
Frankly, I'm glad he said it.
He would have got more money. I am too. You know what? I am too. Because fuck that guy. And you can tell him I said
people
that.
will always show their true colors no matter what.
They tend to.
They want people to know.
They tend to. But yeah, man. All right. I think it's enough about old jobs unless you got another very petty story.
No, man. I guess I don't. Nothing nearly that petty that I can think of. Well, that wasn't. Not to say that.
I feel like it was deserved.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, not to say that it was not justified.
Well, then, Roger.
Justified pettiness. I will say that
This is not anger. This is not rage. This is righteous indignation is what this is, sir. Righteous indignation.
I believe for sure on the King's Landing, and I'm the only employee to ever kick anybody out of the store and ban them for good.
What'd they do?
I banned 2 people.
What'd they do?
One guy, he got caught stealing cards. Sneaking behind the counter, stealing cards before we were open. He showed all of his friends, and they were like, hey, man, we really don't want anything bad to happen to the store. It's just opening up, and we don't want you to get the wrong idea about us.
Oh, I think I remember this guy.
Yeah. So his friends, they're like, yeah, this is what happened or whatever. So Brent I will give Brent the fact that he is extremely forgiving. Mm-hmm. And he does take, a petty approach. I think he's too hard and dwells on people stealing and stuff too much. But at the end of the day, this gentleman, who was, he was a younger black gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Brent was like, you know what? You can come back to the store. I want you to pay me back for all the stuff that you took. And the kid paid him back.
I dare say that's very fair and good on him.
Yeah. And then the kid got to come back to the store after a little while.
And then
Before you know it, he was still in somebody's fucking deck.
now you gotta leave
Yeah.
forever.
Yep. And then he comes back in at a certain point. He had been banned for like 2 weeks or whatever, 3 weeks. He comes back in and he's trying to reason with Brent again to get back in the store. And Brent is hearing him out. And I was like, no, he's got to go.
Yeah.
Right now, he's got to go.
It is definitely.
I was getting fucking heated over
It's
it.
definitely one thing if you steal from the store and you pay the store back. You
Yeah.
stole from another person
Yeah.
in the store.
Yeah. And I don't think at the end of the day, Brent probably would have tried to preach to him or something like that and not
Yeah.
brought him back. But I didn't even want to entertain. I was getting more and more mad in the middle of the store, partially because I had set something in place, and now we're playing with what
Yeah.
I said.
Certainly, I dare say rehabilitation is important, but it is not your fucking job for that. This is a place of business. You need to get the fuck on out.
Yeah, and we have a bunch of kids. The game, of course, was Yu-Gi-Oh.
Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, and it already
Stole the
has
safety dog.
negative, a negative energy to it for stuff like that.
I say.
Yeah.
Y'all ever... Hold up. Sorry. Clap this out if you need to.
I don't know.
If y'all ever seen that meme with the kid wearing the Naruto headband who's like, Sonic isn't anime, that dude literally lives here and is one of the Yu-Gi-Oh crowd.
Yeah. He's a goofy kid, man.
Make sure you bleep that name.
I don't. Yeah, I'll try and remember to bleep the name. If I don't,
try and remember, folks.
If I don't, and you hear this, good buddy, you're a good enough dude, and I don't care what they say
love him.
about
He's
you.
hilarious. I see him in Target every now and then.
He's dumb as hell.
I love that guy.
I saw his sorry ass today, and I asked him. I was like, hey, dude, they remaking them Pokemon games. He was throwing a huge fit about Sword and Shield, and we had like a 60 message thread arguing about these damn games because he was refusing to accept them because they didn't put megas in there. And I saw him today, and I was like, man, that Diamond and Pearl remake's looking pretty faithful, huh? And he's like, if there ain't no megas, it's a no buy.
Oh,
I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Oh, I love that kid. Shout out. That's a good buddy shout out.
Yeah,
Love you.
but a community like them, they're already treated shitty enough, and there's already enough negative energy as to the game and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's plenty of good kids there that I did not want to be affected by this one guy that absolutely is a stereotype.
Who is not the person we were talking about just now.
Yeah,
Anyway.
not him. And then the other guy was a Pokemon judge,
Jesus.
and he bullied over one of the employees, and he was like, nah, man, this is a quarter box or whatever, or this is a bulk box. And he bought a whole bunch of Wizard Coast holofoils, and his sorry ass could have got away with it. But then he came in and bragged to me and Jeremy about it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, you got away. The grift was complete.
Yeah.
See, you fucked up by opening your mouth.
Yeah.
Not unlike that motherfucker at the pawn
And not
shop.
even that. That didn't even
Went
get it
too far.
That didn't get the employee fired, and that didn't get him banned. It was his overall annoying self that got him banned, and the fact that we didn't want a judge that was willing to rip the store off, ripping kids off. A, and B, the fact that he was like, yeah, man, if it's gonna be a big deal or whatever, I only paid a quarter for the cards, I'll return them. And then he fucking flaked. Yeah, and I'm like, all right, dude, I'm tired of talking about this.
I'm gonna make it right.
Yeah.
Psych. Wow, dude.
Well, it ended with the employee that did it or whatever. He kept trying to contact him, and then he started borderline stalking him. And then we're like, yeah, you're at that point, like it's way too much. He's got to go. Not to mention none of the other employees, none of them felt comfortable with him there. So he had to go.
Lordy, welcome back to Small Town Gossip.
Yeah. And we're going to continue on before we talk about more anime, because now I think it's time to move on to the freeze.
Whoa, yes. God, dude. Okay, so
if you check the news, if you were in the States, you had to check the news.
First of all, a lot of people, not just in Texas, but everywhere, have been this past week before, experienced some horrifying, like, crazy temperatures. Everything was frozen solid. The shit sucked.
Yep.
Texas in particular, because Our goddamn power grid is run by a private company because we don't want federal regulation. Bitch, if it means I can keep my power on, hell yeah, I want federal. Fuck you.
Yeah,
There's actually a lot.
They don't want federal regulation.
There's so much evidence that we're paying too much for power because we don't have the federal regulation. Just eat my butt. Anyway, Texas was in the shit, and it was a very tough time. Everything was shut down. So a lot of my friends, Roger included, did not lose power.
Yeah.
God bless y'all.
Yeah. I actually, to the point now that like I kind of, people were coming in the following week or whatever, and I felt bad that I didn't lose power. Like,
Yeah.
like I know that it wasn't my fault. And like, you know, the most I could say to really, they were like, yeah, we were freezing out there. I was like, you know, if it helps, I was panicking the whole time. Like my anxiety was through the roof that our power was going to go out and it was going to kill my fish.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fish.
Yeah.
Your fishies. Oh, you had to buy the big heater. You bought a big heater for
I
your
bought
fishies.
a new ass fucking heater to be sure their tank was heated if the power ever
man.
went out. And then, you know, like I was just waiting to fill buckets up with hot water to
man.
try and moderate the temperatures for as long
Millie
as I
Bird couldn't
possibly
handle
could.
that
Yeah.
cold.
Well, Millie is different. We could pull her close to our bodies.
Yeah. Anyway, the shit sucked. For me, so Sunday is actually Monday morning. Is like 1 a.m. Monday morning. Power went out at our house. We only know it was that time because my girlfriend was staying with me. She like rolled over and checked her phone and noticed, oh shit, the power's out. Like it was like 2 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. So it was sometime around 1 or 2 that our power went out at my house on Monday morning. And then it stayed off. It was supposed to be the rolling blackouts. A lot of people just straight up lost power. That was us. We straight up lost power, is off all Monday, all Tuesday, came back on Wednesday around 8 o'clock. And I remember that because I was sitting in my girlfriend's car, both of us charging our phones, me watching AEW Dynamite on my phone, when I noticed the lights clicking on the outside of the houses across the street. And I looked back at our house, and she ran inside, and like a few seconds later, bing, lights were on, and I couldn't believe it. So that ended up being about 65 hours, I think was the math I got.
Yeah.
It was not quite 3 whole days with no power, which fucking sucked.
So
in some fucking 10 and 20 degree.
Did you ever catch the hours that we were below freezing?
I did not know.
We were in the state of Texas. This is unprecedented for us. Not to mention our houses and everything, they are not built for this.
No. And obviously nor are our fucking power facilities.
Yeah, the saving grace should have been that the power facilities could have kept, you know, pipes and stuff like that warm. The people warm, of course, because our houses are built to shed heat. And that works in the winter. We were below freezing for 190 hours.
That's a lot.
That is 7.9 days.
Yeah, man. It was a fucking lot.
It started on, if I remember correctly, it started on a Thursday. Because Corey and I couldn't record because of the weather.
Right.
And then by the time the next Thursday had rolled around, we still couldn't record because of the weather. And at that point, you know, like we were already, it started on the week that we were kind of skipping off for the podcast, for the Good Buddies or whatever. So by the time the next week rolled around, we were still freaking freezing. So it really, we're not trying to delay this damn podcast as much as possible.
This past week was just
we're really not. It's just, you know, between the pandemic and then that, it just wasn't.
There was no fucking way. Yeah, I spent those like 3 days with no power, mostly sitting on the couch in the living room, sleeping in the living room, because thankfully our house is old enough. We have a gas line in the living room, which we do have an old gas heater that we were able to plug up, get to the gas, turn it on, and get it going. Thank God, or else, yeah, we would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Because if we would have had no heat, and I can't imagine all the people that didn't have heat. Our neighbor is a sweet little old lady. We went to check on her. She didn't answer the door. We did. Thank God we saw the tire tracks because like someone from her family came and picked her up.
Okay.
Thank God, because she wouldn't have made it.
Y'all about to
She
bust
just
down
would
that
not have made
door.
it. We might have had to. I mean, who knows? Little old Betty who lives next door. Sweet little lady.
Oh yeah, our whole street. Like I'm guessing it's because we live right down the road from a police station.
Yeah. Maybe.
probably why they kept it on.
Yeah, some folks I know who live close to the VA didn't lose power either. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. You know, the hospitals. I mean, a lot of hospitals did lose power across the state, but the ones here managed to stay on. It seems like, and whatnot, the main facilities that you need to live.
If this shit ever happens again, which it probably will, just know, good buddies, that I have a nice warm house. Probably if I still live here.
Probably.
I offered, like, I would have very happily let your
I know
family
you
come
would
in.
have, man. It was just getting anywhere, man, because the roads were so slick. And
Yeah,
icy and
it's
snowed
scary
out.
to even drive or
On
leave anywhere.
that Monday, we had like, I don't even know how many inches of snow, but it was a lot. Which no one here knows how to fucking drive in the snow. The amount of cars I saw stuck in the snow and ice was astounding to me. I never got stuck. Lucky. Because I was just like, all right, can't go too fast or I'll slide. Can't go too slow or I'll get stuck. So keep them happy medium. Thank God I managed to hit a bunch of green lights the few times I did have to leave the house. But like that Monday, I'm supposed to go to work. I don't know that the store is shut down. I can't get anybody on the phone. Drove my ass out there through the snow and shit, which was a very surreal feeling because there was literally no one on the road except me trudging through all this snow on the street. And I got out there to the Target, completely shut down, baskets in front of the door. Cool. Guess I'll go home. Managed to get out of there without any incident, just kind of driving around the parking lot for a bit and then get on back home. And then I just spent the next 3 days sitting on the couch, occasionally leaving to either knock the snow off of the grill, the snow and ice off the damn grill so we could have a hot meal, and we got some charcoal or whatever from the HEB that managed to stay open. Or on one occasion, chipping away through like 2.5-3 inches of frozen ice on the street because my dad did get stuck on the street in his fucking truck, like sprinkling salt on the ice and then chipping away at it with a fucking shovel so we could get the car moving. The shit sucked.
Yeah.
Thank God we got out of it. Please figure out the fucking power
Yeah,
grid.
it was an
Winterize the
hour
shits.
nightmare, and I mean, I feel certain that it'll happen again.
Yeah, and we've seen the new, like, the shit happened
Yeah.
10 years ago, and they knew, you know, the shit needs to be winterized, and it didn't happen.
Yeah. Now they're saying that it will happen, but God, you know, like, are they going to be able to get this?
believe.
Are you going to be able to get this entire state winterized? Because you don't even need to just winterize for the cold. We
that
need
motherfucking going to Cancun again, you sack of shit.
sack of shit. Flying Ted.
You can tell him I said, fuck Ted Cruz. You can tell him I said it.
Oh,
Fuck off.
Flying Lion Ted, dude.
Sack of shit, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, piece of crap. But
My favorite is that one when they had the statement that he was like, "Oh, it was always a plan for me to drop them off and come back while he's got a big ass suitcase." It's like, I don't believe you, you lying.
Nobody
bitch.
believes you.
Yo, dumbass.
And then his wife's text leaked, probably because his friend or his wife's friends are like, "Oh wow, this is
fuck
fucking
these
awful."
people. Fuck these people. My favorite is it just makes me all think of that fucking ad with the old guy sitting at the diner. Come on, Ted. You remember that one? Shit. Fuck Ted Cruz.
Oh,
anyway.
Man. Yeah, but we desperately need to weatherize things.
Yeah.
Get them ready for winter. We also need to do our coastal areas. They need to be ready because we're going to get pummeled by hurricanes again this year. I guarantee you.
Goddamn climate change pissing me off.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Climate change.
You know,
pandemic.
You know what I didn't do at all that whole fucking week is watch a single episode of any anime. I managed to catch up on all the stuff. But Roger, there is a question that burns within my very soul. The fire inside me kept me going through all that ice. And that question that burns within me, Roger, is this. What have you been watching?
Well, man, I don't know if I'll go through everything, but
there's a bit.
First, let's go ahead and let's talk about The Promised Neverland real quick.
All right.
So I have not seen the newest episode, the I guess 7th episode. Is it? Yeah.
I got through that one.
Not 5.5, but 6 is the last one that I watched. And I thought at that moment, I was like, okay, so now this show is building tension again for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it. I haven't read the manga.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend like everybody talking about how cool the manga is or whatever actually affects me, because it doesn't.
Yeah.
I haven't read the manga, and to be 100% totally, purely honest, I will never, ever find the time to read the manga.
Baby, you know all that means. It's that about 5-10 years from now, we getting the brotherhood treatment on this one.
That would be fine.
That would be rad.
I'd be super happy about it. But, you know, like, and I'm not going to say, like, you should take this anime and enjoy it. You know, like, if you don't like it, that's valid.
Yeah, live your life.
If you don't agree with the direction they taken, that's valid. However, I did feel like this 6th episode did do a little bit to build the tension back in. So, and, you know, we hit a plot twist that I didn't see coming. I mean, plenty of other people already knew it was going to come because it happened in the manga, but I did not see it coming. I did not see the twist with the returning character, I will say. And I didn't see, you know, I didn't have any inkling that it was going to be turned around on the demons a little bit. I guess that's what I can say there.
Yeah. Without being all spoilery.
Yeah.
Shit's getting mixed up.
Yeah. So I haven't seen the newest episode, but Brandon told me it's another, you know, dump of information.
It's a decent amount of talking. And there is some pretty, you get some more stuff that's like, oh wow, this is what's happening. And some, well, you just have to watch it. But I have also been watching Promised Neverland. I am up to episode 7. I've watched the one you haven't watched.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not as high on it as you are, but that's not because it isn't good. Because
I wouldn't say that, like, I'm, you know, like, I wouldn't put it near my favorite animes, you know. Like,
no.
It's not When They Cry.
It's not season 1 of Promised
It's
Neverland.
not even Dr. Stone right now.
Yeah.
You know, or things that are going on right now. There's no way that you're watching The Promised Neverland and thinking that it's better than the Stone Wars season of Dr. Stone.
I just kind of don't. I'm not huge on Dr. Stone in general.
I get it, dude,
I'm
but
enjoying it.
I feel like that it is pretty easy to know that. I don't know, man. I guess I can't decide that for you, but
Dr. Stone's definitely funny.
Yeah. I just think it's all around more fun and better.
Like, it's definitely neither of those are anywhere near my top. I'll say 3 for this season.
Yeah,
I'll definitely say.
I would say Dr. Stone is probably still high for me because I really do like it.
Yeah.
But
it's fine.
Promised Neverland, it's been doing all the weird time jumps. There's almost no action in this season.
What we said earlier was it felt both that it is moving very slowly, and yet because it keeps the time jumps and where they're here and now they're here and now they're here, it feels like it's moving very quickly.
Yeah, they jump in
fast and
they
slow.
jump in time. You know, like there's a large amount of time covered.
Yeah,
almost in between the episodes, and then the episode it lands on, it's, you know, grinds to a fucking halt.
A lot of talking.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Which is what we do.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I'm still enjoying it. I'm not out yet.
Yeah. No,
I'm not
gonna drop it.
Yeah,
I'm definitely finishing the season. I guess depending on how this one goes, I don't think I could drop this show. I'm definitely in it to see
I'm not.
it is.
Like, I know a lot of people outright think that it sucks and this season sucks. I don't think that.
Live your life.
Yeah.
Feel how you want to feel.
Yeah. Dr. Stone, of course, I watch it. It's been fun.
I haven't seen the newest one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Jujutsu Kaisen has been fun.
Ooh, baby.
Waiting to see homeboy shred on that flying V.
Yeah, we were saying, like, we thought it was so kind of weird that, like, the intro ends on just this real ass guitar.
Yeah, it was just, it felt out of, you know, like,
very strange. What's that got to do with anything? And then that motherfucker pulls out the guitar, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, he pulls out a fucking Gibson Flying V.
It's all connected, baby.
It's a cherry red. Yeah, it like,
there ain't no filler. You thought that was filler.
Yeah,
that's a plot point, bitch.
I thought for sure, dude, that opening, you know, like they end it, he strums on that last strum of the guitar.
Literally on the song. And it's like, okay, cool. That's pretty cool how they put that in. Nah, that's real. You thought that was just nothing. That's real, babe.
Yeah.
That motherfucker hit the power
and
chord.
it's funny because it is the absolute oldest, most decrepit guy there.
The oldest motherfucker in the world. Just whipped out a goddamn flying V. He's about to.
And the whole time, like I'm like,
oh,
damn,
Lord.
I can't stand this asshole. And then he pulls out that guitar and is like, this guy is my favorite motherfucker in the whole show.
I fucked up. He's my favorite now.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I was wrong.
How does this show do it?
And that's when he pulls the guitar. He gets ready to strum. He looks right at the camera, says, "It was me all along, Roger."
How the fuck does this show do it, dude?
It's so
good.
I'm into it. Yeah. God damn that not most recent episode because there's a new one that just dropped, but the last one. I mean, watching the two best friends that they are go into fucking town fighting this demon. It's so fucking cool. The fight scenes are so good. And I was actually earlier in this very season thinking like there was an episode where they were first fighting that was kind of like some of this animation's kind of not doing it for me. Maybe I was just crazy. Maybe there was a dip in quality. It shot right the fuck back up.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, it's very good. Oh man, fucking Jujutsu Kaisen's real good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and it's fun too because they really, the characters is like the dude with the flying V. Characters you didn't like and villains too. Villains that you're not supposed to like. It's really hard not to like them.
Yeah, dude, they're rad as hell.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Gonna go home, get me a peanut butter sandwich, and watch that new episode.
When They Cry, I haven't seen the newest episode 4, so I'll talk about that later, probably next time. But I am mostly, I am just the one episode behind. God, that show is good. Horimiya, that show continues to be fucking amazing.
Horimiya is very good.
And we'll lead into the next one right after Horimiya, which I think are respectively our favorite shows of the season for sure.
Easily.
Which I think Horimiya, I would put it above what we'll talk about next because I really like Horimiya. I also just like the way that it makes me feel.
There's a bit in that last episode where like it's a very intimate scene.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a little bit spoiler here.
Yeah. We just spoil it all.
Did they bonk?
I think they bonked.
I think they bonked.
So there's a scene where Mia and Hori are together.
Mm-hmm.
It's raining, so he's stuck in the house, and she wants him to feel how warm she is on the inside.
Yeah, it cuts to the outside of the house, and you hear her say, "There was a heat inside of me, and I wanted him to feel it." And I'm like,
her womanly flame.
Oh. And then it like cuts back later,
and like she's like, the shot ends with her pulling him down to her.
Yes. And then later, you see them talking again, and both of them have their shirts off. You don't see anything, but they both have their shirts off, and I'm like,
I think they fucking banged.
And I'm like the scene after that is him.
They did the nasty.
It's him in the living room talking to the little brother, and I'm like, dog, what if she just kicked the door and it was like, you got me teen pregnant?
Yeah, it's a real intimate scene. And then it closes.
This just became a very different show.
It closes with him talking to his friend from the other school.
Yes.
And he pulls his hair up, and he's got this giant bite on his...
She gave him the fucking Shayna Baszler. Like when she fucking bit Becky. Like, just bit him on the back of the neck.
Yeah, all of the teeth prints are like him. And she ends it with, if you ever cut... Because he cut his hair in the last episode. If you cut your hair, everybody's gonna see that.
Yeah, it's
like, wow.
I really like this show. I will say, like, the only net I've ever had to pick on this one really is one, the very first episode, the weird teacher, which he hasn't showed up yet, so good. Thank God he's gone. 2, Hori's a little violent. She has on more than one occasion just straight up smacked a fool. Which whatever, it's still a cartoon, but yeah. I really enjoy this show, despite those things. It's a very good show.
Yeah, there's nothing I think that could ruin it for me at this. I suppose there are things.
Don't never say never, because that bitch will get teen pregnant just to fuck with you.
I don't think it would ruin it for me.
We'll find out. I know a good way to find out.
I love Horimiya. It's so good.
It's a very, very, very
I'll tell you what
show.
else I love, dude, is Wonder Egg Priority.
Wonder Egg is still my number 1 so far this season. Easily.
Yeah, Wonder Egg, the difference, the thing that holds them apart is I think that they're both equally good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel more confident that I definitely am comfortable with Horimiya.
Is it because Wonder Egg is definitely going to make you cry?
I didn't think it was up until they brought those cute ass animals.
See, this guy doesn't go for the human drama. It doesn't really. It can. It's not that you don't have feelings.
Yeah.
But you love animals.
I sure do.
This man don't eat meat.
I don't.
He loves
I do
animals.
Not. I haven't in 11 years.
And they introduced what are effectively magical pets.
Yeah. They're the cutest damn animals.
They're really
these little
cute.
Patchwork little alligator, and
the alligator I think is my favorite, but we do have a little chameleon. We have the little turtle. What was the other one? Chameleon, turtle, alligator. Oh god, I don't remember. It was very cute.
Was it a frog?
It might have been a frog. I don't remember. It was very cute. Roger's gonna try to look it up. Point
Yeah.
is, Wonder Egg is definitely, as I've said, it's my favorite. I think because it's definitely gonna make me cry. And you know I love me a good hurt, just tear streaming down my face. I still think about moments from Violet Evergarden and get a little sniffly. So this one is going to fucking break me. We've said it before, we'll say it again. If you're going to watch this show, be forewarned. It deals a lot with suicide. It deals a lot with self-harm. It is a very serious, very dramatic show. It does have cute and fun moments. It has those lighthearted bits. But there was one of the more recent episodes, there's a bit where Homegirl is about ready to give it up.
Yep.
You literally watch her almost just lay down and die.
I can't figure out I can't find the little pets.
Yeah.
Don't
worry about it, man. We'll rewatch.
Most importantly, the turtle. Okay, so first they eat these things called haters.
Yes.
The jealous haters.
Don't let the haters get you down, baby. Cause the haters gonna
hate. As the character is giving up, her pet or whatever grows into its form, which is supposed to do something entirely different, because it has bonded to her. Is now taking punishment for her.
Yes.
This creature is wailing down on it and will probably kill it if the character doesn't react. And that's what really worries me, is that they put these cute ass animals in there.
They put them in harm's way. Oh, it's gonna happen. I think the alligator is my favorite. So he's a little baby alligator. It looks like one of them little snappy things that jumps out of the water on Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Anyway, the show's very good. It is dark. It is serious. I mean, but it's fucking good. It's such a good show. I cannot say enough how much I love this show.
It's very good. It's very good. And it's gonna
break
still
me.
would say that I'm optimistic that it might not have an outright heart destroying ending.
I feel like it's gonna break me, and you know I'm pulling the 30 Seconds to Mars. Come break me down.
I really don't want anything.
Bury me.
I don't want. I want it to have. I'm fine with it having a sad ending.
I
a
want
good
hurt.
ending.
I want pain.
Brandon wants the fucking characters to die.
I don't want them to die. I want to hurt. You can hurt me without them dying. Let me give you a few ways that could happen. Homegirl pulls it off, brings her friend back to life. Her friend tells her, I didn't want this. What the fuck's wrong with you? I wanted to be gone. And destroys her in that instant just with those words. That's gonna make me cry. There's a number of ways this could happen without anyone dying. But if they do, that's gonna hurt too.
Okay.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know where it's going. I know I'm on for the ride. And then when it ends with me in a puddle of tears, oh, it's gonna be so good.
We'll see. I won't be too upset if it does. If that is, because I think that is a likely scenario where they're gonna like, why did you bring us back or whatever, and I don't feel too bad about it.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Point is, this show's gonna
I
make
feel
me cry.
more like separating the bond that we are attached to in the show. It's far more devastating to do something to that than it is to the stone characters or whatever.
Sure. We'll find out.
Yeah.
How fucking dark, like even just the little details they give, like how each of them, their little dream world is taking place in the place where their trauma was. Maybe not necessarily with a blonde girl with a pink hair because she's like in a flower field or something. Unclear. But like Homegirl is always on a train, and when she goes and finds her friend's statue, she is literally stepping onto the fucking tracks. Because that's how she did it. It's fucking dark. And it's so fucking... Oh, it's such a good show.
It really is.
I gotta shut up about this show. It's a good fucking show.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it. I really do love the show.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I love it in Horimiya.
Yeah, they're both very good.
Nah, man, I'll end it at that. That's what I've been watching.
Yeah.
There's a little more, but
so real quick, Wonder Egg and Horimiya are your 1 and 2 probably.
yeah,
Yeah, me too.
I would
Easily.
say Dr. Stone is probably my number 3.
I would probably
Not including Jujutsu or When They Cry, that is ongoing from last season.
Yeah. Okay. With that same, let me see. What would I put there? It's definitely Wonder Egg's definitely my number one, and then I would say Horimiya. I'd probably go Skinfinity next.
Okay.
You're not caught up on Skinfinity.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's are we moving on to what I've been watching?
Yeah, dude.
That's
What have
I've
you been
been
watching?
Skinfinity's pretty fucking rad. I had some nitpicks about it when we first did the Good Buddy Brandon's Mount Vibe check, but honestly, man, I really like this show.
Yeah.
I do wish, as I said then, I wish there was more female characters.
I will catch up on that one before it is done, guaranteed.
It's really good. It's getting into that drama now too.
That thick drama, that thick and juicy.
It's getting into that drama. But yeah, it's a very good show. You're watching these boys do their skating and become better at the thing
They're
they
fucking
love.
ripping, dude.
And
They're fucking Tony Hawk.
They're hitting they're getting a little bit of the wasn't there a thing in anyway, I'm trying to remember a thing. I think it wasn't there a thing in MHA where like it was Deku and Bakugo and he was like, how'd you get so far ahead of me or something like that. It's like one of those.
It's like Goku and Vegeta.
Kind of like Goku and Vegeta. But like how this guy gets so much better at this than I did so quickly. We're getting a little bit of that action. And it's getting good. It's getting good. I like Skate the Infinity a lot. Already talked about Wonder Egg. Already talked about Horimiya. I'm kind of surprised at how much I'm enjoying Kimono Jihin. You dropped off that one real quick, and rightfully so. You know, we weren't into the character designs of the anime.
Yeah.
So, I get it. I'm fine with it. I'm into it. The episodes after that first one have gotten progressively better.
I said that I would pick it up and then give it a shot again, but today Brandon informed me that he did in fact put those glasses back on.
For like
so it's a no-go.
Second in the most recent episode, they went on a field trip. You find out about Spider Kid's family, which is pretty dark. Because remember, these are all people who are, you know, the product of a human and some kind of they're called like kimonos or whatever, kimonos. These like basically demons, basically these folklore creatures. So like he is the product of a human and a spider person. Like, and so finding out what happened to any of their families is gonna involve some fucking shit.
It's like the sexy spider lady from Monster Musume.
I didn't watch that.
Okay.
Did I watch that?
I think you checked out a couple of episodes.
I think I got.
I don't think you
No.
saw the-
I remember. I watched through the very like the cold open, and then I got through exactly the opening and was like, I'm good. So no, I do not.
Yeah,
know
there's a sexy
spider
spider lady in it.
Well, you definitely see a spider lady, but also they can take on a human form. So the few times you see her in flashback, she's mostly in human form.
Okay.
She does. She kind of has the. She has like the thing going where like she looks like a regular pretty lady and she's got two eyes, but then she has like bloop, 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 like 6 little dots on her forehead that are like the rest of her eyes or whatever. Pretty good. Speaking of spiders, so I'm a spider. So what? I'm still into it. I really wish this fucking spider would get out of the goddamn cave so we can see what else is going on. We keep flipping back and forth between the spider in the cave and the rest of the isekai kids from her class who were like warriors and like growing up in like this, you know, fucking magic school and shit, including the teacher who was also in that magic school. It in this last episode has started getting very meta. I mean, it's always meta. Like Spider is always making references to real world shit and like, haha, it's just like in those animes that I've heard of, blah blah blah. It's just like in one of those adventure manga, one of those isekais. But like this last episode had a bit where like so 2 things happened. One, with the kids in the magic school, somebody literally hits with the, all right, user privileges, I'm revoking all your skills. It's like, what? You can do that? You can just drop someone's stats? Wait, is that a skill you have? Did you just hack the world? And then Spider Girl is like, whenever one of her skills get to level 10, it'll level up and become a new skill. But then she realizes, oh, my like detection, my like, you know, great sage kind of thing, like what is this kind of skill, got to level 10 and didn't change. It'd be cool if it like switched over to like wisdom or something like that. And then the little computer voice every time she levels up, just like in Slime, says, blah-de-blah detected, so-and-so user, great user something or other is looking into your request. Granted, wisdom achieved. It's like, wait, what? Wait, I just said that. Wait, is this a game? is this literally a game? Because up till now, it's just been like with any other isekai, except the ones where they literally go into a game and get trapped in it. It's like, oh, you woke up in this new world. This is the real world now. Yes, there's magic and stuff, but it's still a world. But now it looks like, no, this is literally a game that you can put in cheat codes and change the stats of things without just playing the game. So I don't know where it's going from there, but it's pretty interesting. We'll see if it keeps going at all. I'm with it. It's fine. It's a decent show. So I'm a spider, so what? What else? We already talked about Promised Neverland. Time I got reincarnated slime. Speaking of, that show's getting heavy.
Yeah. I'm going to wait for the dub on that one.
All right, fair enough.
Because I really like the Lizard
better.
Boy's voice. I was watching the sub, and I finished the first season in the sub, but, you know, it really doesn't compare to having Dusty Gazongas there. And
No, it doesn't. You gotta have it. You gotta have Mr. Gabby Root.
Gabby Root.
Pepper bread. Pump.
And gotta have Dusty Gazongas.
Stupid ass. Yeah, I won't talk about slime too much. It's getting pretty heavy though. Dark Stone we talked about, Soma Spider talked about, Jujutsu Kaisen Badass talked about it. Heaven's Design Team also good. I won't spend too much time there, but it's very fun to watch. It is getting even goofier than it was previously, and I'm having fun with it. Me and you watched a little bit of it earlier.
Yeah.
It's fun. Last one, Quintessential Quintuplets. I'm still into it. You know, I usually don't go for these Ichi ones. I have to fucking qualify this every time I talk about it, because this really is not my type of show. I do not go for the harem stuff. I do not go for the Ichi stuff. But this one got me because it's got that little mystery of who we know. Flash forward, this dude is marrying one of these girls. So it's pretty
Dude,
fun
are
to watch
you
and figure
sure
out who
that
it
you
is.
don't just like some Ichi?
Look, I'm not saying I don't, like, I'd never watch any of it, but, like, it's not, I usually don't go for it because it's usually not even that it's smutty. It's, like, smutty in a gross way, usually.
Okay.
Like, it's the unconscious kisses. It's the accidental gropes. It's the, whoops, I tripped and your panties ended up in my face. Or
Hell
weird
yeah.
stuff like that. It's not even like, okay, that one you could even write off as an accident, but someone wrote it. But then it's the ones where, like, you know, stuff, just gross stuff happens, and I'm not into it. It's that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was just joking, man.
No, I know, you're just joking. It's just I always feel like I have to qualify this shit. But I am enjoying this show. It did get a little more, like, not smutty, but a little more, like, shit is moving. Stuff's happening with these relationships. Notably, it did one thing that I was like, hell yeah, I love this swerve, because they did the thing where, like, dude was on the motorcycle, girl's on the back of the motorcycle, they're going, it's loud, the wind's whipping, they got the helmets on, and she actually confesses to her love to him and says, I love you. And then later, she's stressing over, like, she said that, he didn't say anything back, oh my god. So she goes into the kitchen, they're at the restaurant where he works, he's washing dishes, she goes in the kitchen, she's like, hey, I just want you to know, you don't have to worry about what I said, you don't have to respond or anything. And he's like, what are you talking about? She's like, on the bike earlier. He's like, oh, it was really loud, I didn't hear. And she's like, seriously? Ugh! And she, like, leaves. It's like one of those where, like, oh, ha, she said it, but he didn't hear, and they're never gonna talk about it again, because. And then he goes back to washing dishes, and you hear from behind him, I said I love you. And he turns around, and it's her, and she just told him again. And I'm like, fuck yeah, fucking do the shit. If you're gonna do the shit, do the shit. We're always saying, you know, could you imagine if these fucking characters actually talk to each other?
Yeah.
Well, goddamn, she did.
Yeah.
That is not the end of the story. There's still more there.
Yeah.
One of the other sisters who's also hot for this guy was right outside the room and heard all that happen, but hasn't told anybody.
That's what I liked about Horimiya, man. They pulled that shit. They ripped the fucking Band-Aid off.
That's what's great about Horimiya is that it is your classic romantic comedy, just pedal to the metal, bitch. We doing this shit.
Yeah.
We ain't here to fuck around. We ain't got 24 episodes and 3 seasons.
We're not
We
waiting
doing it.
until the very last episode to throw the I love you out there.
Hell yeah. Just get to it, motherfucker. You know what it is.
Yeah,
bitch.
most of the time in those animes, you get to that point and you feel warm, but you feel empty inside because you don't get to know what fucking happens after.
Yeah. Well, now you do.
Yeah, now I do.
Listen.
Now you do.
Listen, it's just like the old fairy tales, you know. You can say they fell in love and lived happily ever after. That ain't the end of the fucking relationship. That is not where it ends. The I love you needs to come much sooner so you can see what happens. It's good shit. Horimiya is good shit. I'm into Quintessential Quintuplets. It's pretty good shit. We'll see where it goes. There's a lot of mystery happening. Somebody's apparently, one of these sisters is impersonating another sister and trying to sow discord or something. Unclear what's happening exactly, but it's pretty fascinating. It's good stuff. I'm into it. I like that show. That's what we're watching. There's a few other ones I already said we dropped off of. What was it? Other Side Picnic. I fell off that one pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. I got like partway through episode 3 and I was like, I'm bored. No, episode 4. And I was like, I'm bored. Nah. It's like, I've watched that one, and it's very good, but I don't give a shit about these characters. It's like, yeah, they seem to have this tentative interest in each other, but it's mostly just about the weird creatures they run into, and it's not, I mean, that's cool, but it's not what I'm here for.
Sure.
I'm here for character development, and I got so much of that in Horimiya and in Wonder Egg Priority that I'm sated. That's enough to keep me going for a while. Dude. Oh, it feels good. Smother me in that good character development. I want it like the damn chimichanga with the extra cheese on top. God damn it, smother my burrito. Anyway, that's a weird place I just went. Point is, there's a lot of good shows this season.
You like getting that burrito smothered, you know?
I do like a smothered burrito. That's one of my favorites at the little place over there. On North Valley Mills, like right when you hit Bosque, that little taqueria Nueve. Ooh, they make a good smothered burrito. That's a story for just us. Nobody else knows what we're talking about. Yeah. I don't think you know what I'm talking about. Point is, it's good. Anyway, we got anything else to talk about, really?
No, not really. Demon Slayer's getting a video game.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a 3D one.
Wait. Is this anime news?
It kind of. It's very short anime news.
Yeah.
It's getting a 3D fighter, one of the arena style fighters.
Kind of like the MHA ones.
Yeah, kind of. It's the same team that did the Naruto Ultimate Storm games.
I never played those, but I heard they were very good.
They were pretty fun. You know what? I like them more than a lot of the other Bandai fighters. Yeah. I have that issue with Bandai fighters. I brought it up here a few times. Where whenever you knock the opponent down or whatever, they blink or whatever, and there's like infants. I'm like, bitch, no. Why should you get a chance to regroup?
Yeah,
I'm on the attack. It ruins my style of play.
You gotta hit the mix-ups, baby.
You mix up, but once they hit the ground, then it's done. Like then they blink and they got time to think about something.
And I play jump back, regroup, new combo.
I think the problem is that I play very aggressively in a lot of games, and that deters you from playing aggressively. It deters me from how I want to play the game.
All right, fair enough.
There is a new Guilty Gear coming out, and boy,
yeah, you played that thing?
No, demo? I have not yet. I
haven't played it either. I've seen a lot of clips. It looks badass.
I didn't know if the beta was open or closed or whatever.
Yeah.
My God, that game looks fucking awesome.
It looks very cool. I'll be honest. I've never played a Guilty Gear. I have played a couple of the Blaze Blues, and I like those a lot. I know it's like similar, same team or whatever.
Yeah, it's faster Blaze Blue.
Yeah.
Blaze Blue.
I love Blaze Blue.
But this one really looks like they've changed up the formula a bit. Whew, goddamn, that game looks good. Guilty Gear Strive, check it out. I'm picking it up.
Yeah, man, it's good shit.
I'll probably pick up that Demon Slayer game when it comes out too. Really would have liked that to have been a 2D fighter made by those guys.
I'm gonna call this anime news just because I want to talk about it. And there was a movie, an anime called Interstellar 5555, I believe. End of an era, y'all. Daft Punk broke up.
Oh,
Surely y'all already know about it. But yeah, they made a straight up anime with their music.
Yeah, they did.
With those blue people. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I was like legitimately, I think I told you, it was like on a Monday when the news broke and everything.
Brandon was upset.
I was legitimately upset. I'm still a little upset. I love me some Daft Punk, man. I was actually like standing around at work like, you know, legit bummed out.
I was like, damn, did those guys still make music? And I looked at it, I was like, no.
Not for a little while. But still, it's Daft Punk, man. They're great.
Hey, man, once they're done, they done.
Once they're done, they're done. That's fine. You know, live your life.
And it's just two guys, so if they decide that they're not done, it's not very hard to get the band back together.
What's funny to me is like the amount, I was talking to people at work, and like one guy was like, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's just two dudes. Nobody even knows who they are. I'm like, we know who they are.
Yeah.
You can Google it. It's two French dudes. Look, they look like this. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like, yeah, it's not. Come on.
Yeah.
Now listen,
My
did
thing.
they on September 9th at 9:09 o'clock in 1999 get into a horrible accident and both of them exploded and turned into robots? Yes. That is their origin story. Still two French dudes. They're great.
Yeah. And my thing isn't that it's just two dudes. It's whenever a band breaks up, most of the time you got four people to put back together. I would say on average you got four people to put back together.
Sure.
This
I get
is
what you're saying.
two people that have been worked together for a very long time that they could be like, hey, you want to
collab real quick?
Yeah.
Daft Punk Resurrection.
Yeah, hey,
2035.
The royalties and stuff are running out. Let's pump something out.
Them royalties ain't running out.
No,
They
I
made
know.
3 different versions of that fucking
That's
Tron
true.
Legacy soundtrack. That shit ain't running out. Holy fuck.
Yeah, they're set. But
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
good.
if
They are
if
good
they
to go.
ever get the wild feeling that they want to make something like, it's just a simple, one text between two guys who I assume probably are still friends.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
If you haven't seen it, check out, just go on YouTube and punch in epilogue. It'll probably be the first result. It is the about 7-minute video they put up, wherein you see one of the 2 robot men walking through the desert, one of them far outpacing the other, and the one finally just stops. The one who was far ahead comes back, sees him, fucking Silverhead guy turns around, homeboy hits a button on his back, starts a countdown, and he explodes. Which, if that's to say that this person is done making music, or is he just done with Daft Punk? Unclear. The other one was walking ahead. Is he prepared to keep going with music? Is he going to do it as just the one guy?
Yeah, well,
is he going to do it as a robot? The last bit of it, after the little, 93 to 2021 thing, you see that one guy still going through the desert. He's still moving. So he's going to keep making music. It's the most Daft Punk way to announce your breakup, with no words, just sound and visual.
Yeah.
And it's very cool.
And if they do want to bring the gold dude back in, he just come back in as a gold
No,
ghost.
the silver guy's the one who blew up.
Oh, silver. Sorry,
Gold guy's still around.
Silver guy just comes in as a silver ghost.
I always kind of assumed, I don't really know their musical process. I always kind of assume that Gold Guy has the more domed head, more futuristic. He looks like a warlock from Destiny. And Silver Guy looked more like old school robot. And their music has always been like, futuristic because it's techno, but also like kind of this old school funk to it.
One more time.
Yeah, man. I always kind of assumed that Silver Guy was like bringing the old school funk and Gold Guy was bringing the futuristic stuff. And that's why their helmets looked like more retro, more future. I don't know. I don't know the story. I don't know at all. I do know I love me some Daft Punk. If you feel like having a good old time, put on my personal favorite song, which is Touch, from the album Random Access Memories, featuring Paul Williams, the immortal, the great Paul Williams. What a guy. Great track, great stuff. It does have about 1.5 minutes of just weird beeps and boop and him going at the beginning, but then it gets to the actual song and it's incredible. Good track. But yeah, shout out to Daft Punk. I love you guys. That's about it.
I'm sure they're gonna hear that, dude.
I know they won't. I don't care. It's fine. I don't know. I still feel weird about it. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I don't give a shit when like random band breaks up. I obviously I have more of a connection to their music than other bands' music. So when whoever breaks up or whatever, I'm like, neat. I haven't thought about them in several years. When it's Daft Punk, I'm like, no, I love Daft Punk. You ever heard their live album, Alive 2007? Shit makes me cry. It's beautiful. And it's just their songs remixed. But I love it. Anyway,
Well, I'm sorry, big guy.
Anyway, I love me a Daft.
At least you have the memories you made along the way.
Yeah. Maybe the real Daft Punk was the friends we made along.
Yeah.
Anyway. We got anything else to talk about? We done?
Nah, dude, let's get the heck out of here.
Get out of here. We've been rambling for a while. We had a long ass ramble, but we had a lot to talk about. It's been like 3 weeks since we recorded last, so yeah, feels like we had to get it out. But thank you all for listening. Thanks for sticking with us this far. If you did, we went into this ramble saying, hey, we're going to talk about the shows we've been watching, everything else we like this season. And we did do that after maybe half an hour of petty work stories and how frozen we were.
It's a good pace change. Sometimes it's fun to change it.
I'm going to have fun listening to it if y'all don't, so there you go. But anyway, thank you so much for checking us out. We thank you so much. Just thank you.
Thank you
for listening. Thank you for being a good buddy.
Yeah, thank you for being a good buddy.
Anyway,
listen to our podcast, maybe on the spoofy.
Yeah, tell your friends. We still get those spoofy listens. We got some spoofy listens. If you're not listening on Spotify, though, you may be checking us out on any number of other podcast apps. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Podcast Addict, all the stuff, Stitcher. We're on there. Check it out. You get the whole thing at once. If you are not listening to this all at once, you may be checking it out on Rapid Kick Media. Either way, leave us a comment, leave us a 5-star review, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe, whatever you got to do to say, hey, that was pretty good. And tell your friends, because we love getting more listeners. We haven't gotten many questions in a while, but if y'all leave us a comment on the YouTube channel, is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, hit us up on the Discord.
Yeah, Discord's an easy way to do it, or the YouTube channel's an easy way to do it. Leave us a question. We'll get to it on air.
Those links are somewhere.
Talk about it. Yeah, all the links will be wherever the links are in whatever you're listening to this on. But we will go through the regular ones. YouTube channel Rapid Kick Media. Also check out the game reviews and Let's Plays because there's really good stuff in there.
Yeah, we just started doing the game reviews, trying to do one for every month
I about
of the year.
shit myself watching y'all play Jeopardy. Y'all dumbasses. You stupid bastards. I loved it. It's good. It's good stuff. It's very fun, very funny.
There's an episode coming up, dude, that we recorded yesterday.
Did y'all do Wheel of Fortune? Didn't you do Wheel of Fortune?
We didn't do Wheel of Fortune yet.
Okay.
We're gonna do it. Where I just outright call Corey like, "You stupid fucking idiot," and it just slipped out. I was like, "That was kind of mean." I didn't say I was sorry
because I'm not. You're a fucking idiot.
I asked him, "Are you being for real right now?"
What? Do you remember the question?
Yes.
Tell me.
It was about the look. It was talking about a desert in Asia.
A desert in Asia.
Yes. It was a camel. Mm-hmm. And it was like, you might find this guy in the largest desert in the South Asian region.
Okay.
And the answers were the Mojave Desert, the Sahara Desert, or the Gobi Desert.
Well, what did he say?
Corey chose the Sahara Desert.
Okay.
And I called him a stupid fucking idiot.
It's a bit rude.
And then I asked him if he knew where the Sahara Desert was.
Okay, where's the Sahara Desert?
Yeah, well, I think he was trolling me at that point.
Okay.
Because he had figured out that it was the Gobi Desert.
Okay.
And then obviously it was in Africa. But I just couldn't believe that he chose the Sahara Desert.
That is pretty bonkers.
I don't think he knew where the Mojave Desert was.
Jesus. That's a bit rude. Listen, I'm not gonna point fingers, say lay.
I'm not gonna pretend like Corey didn't win that game because he did. But
first of all, that's what you get. Second, I watched you pick some pretty fucking stupid shit in that first episode of Jeopardy.
Whoops.
All right. I
don't remember.
What the fuck kind of tiger is it in the thing? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a Siberian one, but I didn't realize that it said. It was talking higher north. I thought I know. I know.
Yo, dumbass motherfucker talking about Bengals.
Yeah, it's a Bengal tiger. It was not. It was Siberian.
Anyway,
check out those Jeopardy episodes. They're pretty fun.
They're pretty fun.
And you hear me call Corey a stupid fucking idiot.
You can check those out on Rapid Kick Media on YouTube. It's a good time, all the stuff. There's a number of other ways you can hit us up. We have the Gmail, thegoodbuddies@gmail.com. thegoodbuddies@gmail.com. We have the Facebook group, The Good Buddies Universe on Facebook. We have the Twitter page, TGB_AnimePod. We have the Dead and Zombified Tumblr, thegoodbuddies.tumblr.com. And, of course, anywhere you can find this podcast. If it says The Good Buddies, that's probably us, unless it's those juggalos on Spotify who are featured on one track by, I think I remember this time, Kid Crusher, Cannibal Clown. Something like that. Pretty funny. Yeah. Anyway, that's not us. We're the ones who talk about anime. Yes. Furthermore, we do want to give, of course, a shout out to our good buddies Married with Seamonsters, a.k.a. the Mary Janes. R.I.P. that band. Not unlike Daft Punk. They are no longer a thing. But you can find a lot of their music on the Spoofy. However, our opening track, which is called Paperdoll, you can only find on marriedwithseamonsters.bandcamp.com. check it out. It's a lot of good stuff on there. Again, my personal favorite of the tracks is Murderface, but they're all very good. It's a good time. Some rad music, some cool singing, and some ripping guitars, and some funky bass. Anyway, we also want to give another shout out to our good buddy Haas, aka Thomas Tastes Better, for the use of our closing theme on the review portion of the show. That song is called The Buddy's Good. One more shout out to Haas. That's Thomas Tastes Better on Instagram and Dungeon Witch on YouTube. Again, Thomas Tastes Better on Instagram and Dungeon Witch on YouTube. And finally, a shout out to our good buddy, A Petty Theft. That's like, you took the pop filter off of that, and that's gonna...
Yeah, it's probably going to be popping all over the place.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot. He took... So, behind the scenes, I still have a pop filter on mine. Pow.
Yeah.
But you took the pop filter off, and we're doing the puzz directly into the microphone.
I sure was.
Like, literally, your mustache is touching the microphone right now. That's a lot. You're very close. I don't know how that's going to sound.
I think it's going to sound fine. I've noticed a lot of people said if you talk into it at an angle...
Yeah, you were going head on right there.
Yeah, I sure was.
All right. Well, we'll see how it sounded. Good buddies, let us know if that really upset you, that thing that just happened. But again, a shout out to our good buddy Petty Theft. That is how it's pronounced. 2 P's at the beginning, 2 T's at the end. Petty Theft. For the use of our closing.
And boy,
theme.
we can all be a little petty.
God, you damn right, Roger. Don't I know it? But yes, thank you to Petty Theft. For our closing theme for the Ramble and for the overall podcast. That is Sweet Anime Dreams is what we're calling that one. Again, Petty Theft can be found on Twitter and on SoundCloud at Petty Theft. Thank you so much. And I think that about does it. Roger, you got one to take us out on?
I got one that you'll hate if you don't have one.
I got one.
Okay.
I'll take it. You tell me what yours was after.
Okay.
In fact, here's what we'll do. I'll do the little outro, you do yours, and then I'll do mine, okay?
Okay. All
right. I think I'm going to hate this. I'm very upset. You're giving me that horrible Roger
You
smile.
go first, and I'll go second.
That
way you can react if you need to.
I think I like mine, and I would like to end on a good note, sir.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll just do it. All right. From all of us here at the Good Buddies Anime Universe, I am your good buddy Brandon.
And I am your good buddy Roger. Are you black?
It's fucked up. You know it's fucked up. Anyway.
Are you black?
One more time.